Okay, we are about to do the double battle for on 19. This double battle is kind of annoying because usually you can lead something that dies to fake out and then it won't click fake out, but I think in this scenario specifically, we if I'm correct, Shifty should be faking out Victory Bell, even if we pre-damage Crota, so that things see a fast kill on it. The reason why is its only move other than explosion is fake out, so it gets an additional +6 to +8 to Victory Bell from fake out. Right, so for that reason, it should always fake up Victory Bell, and the other slot, Crawdaunt, should always be baiting Bogus Blast / Thunder. Okay, let's just dive straight into it. Hopefully I got this correct. Okay. So these guys got Oranguru and Shiftry. Okay, so we have Victory Bell, which outspeeds everything and KOs everything on the left-hand slot, but however, we will need to tank one fake out here with Victory Bell. Yeah, so Victory Bell gets faked out here, which makes sense. I guess, like, Crawdon's not pre-damaged, so we wouldn't really know anyways, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then we Sludge Bomb into Shiftry, and then Oranguru sees a fast KO on Crawdon, but not Victory Bell. We have a safe switch into pre-toxic Beedrill, I believe. The Sludge Bomb goes into Shiftry. Shiftry dies. And this is Thunder or Focus Punch or Focus Blast. Focus Blast into other slot. So it's Thunder, which deals more damage, but that should be fine. Right? Never kills us through crit and a Toxic Tick, so that's fine. And then we always OHKO the Oranguru with Leech Life. So we Leaf Storm on this side and we click Leech Life on this side. Just make sure that that's correct. Yeah, we Leaf Storm on this side, we Leech Life on this side. So Leech Life takes out Oranguru and heals us like back to full, basically. And then Leaf Storm kills the Wailord before it gets to move. Okay, perfect. And then all that's left in the back is a Gardevoir with no priority moves, so we can click Leaf Blade and Poison Jab to kill this thing. Yeah. So Leaf Blade and Poison Jab should kill this thing. Okay. Perfect. That's that. That's that double battle. A few more battles before we can get to the Winstitute, which I've kind of looked at. I haven't looked at all the fights. We have some difficult decisions to make through Winstitute. Namely, I'm not sure whether I want to scale Donphan Knockoff or not. Obviously we got rid of Donphan Knockoff, but having a back would be quite nice for the Winstitute, specifically for grunt number 2, or is it grunt number 1? I think it was grunt number 2. We are also going to need to scale Rapid Spin on the Excadrill we have, so that's a lot of scales that we have to spend, but I think getting a natural Adamant B means that I feel okay sending more scales than I would need to, because, like, imagine if this were like if this were like a sassy B or something, right? Then, like, I would have needed to spend 3 scales anyways, so like getting this good of a B kind of saves me 3 scales in a sense. Because we only need to invest U-turn on this thing, and we would have needed to invest U-turn and a nature change and potentially even like an attack or speed scale, or potentially even both. Otherwise, I would have been very willing to like dump 6 scales onto this B if we needed to. So because of that, I think our scale economy is not terrible, but that said, we do have to, we did scale special attack on Sceptile, which I think is very worthwhile to do. This thing is very good. It's been very good for me already. And then obviously Rapid Spin on Excadrill is really nice for Shelly in particular. Also having another spinner in my box would be nice. Yeah. And then in terms of other scales, I don't think there's anything I really need. Like in terms of like must-have moves, I would say that I wouldn't be surprised like for Fire Tag if I needed to send a scale just to clean up a range or like try to make things as clean as possible, because that fight is kind of staring me down. I'm kind of scared of Fire Tag in particular. Yeah. Okay. I have not been in the best mood today. So I hope that doesn't affect the way I play at least. Okay, so this fight is cool. By cool I mean it's okay, it's fine. Basically, I think for this fight, what we want to do is we want to lead B, and we want to switch this into Pyroar basically, right? Because we U-turn on B, right? That deals 20 to 24 damage, or 20 damage on Skarmory. And then we want to tank Brave Bird into U, right? And Brave Bird never kills, and then we outspeed Oko this with Overheat, and I'm pretty sure this kills. We can check the math later, but basically this baits out Euphorenda move, right? And then the way I want to deal with this thing is I want to drop its speed twice and then let Togedemaru come in on a Hurricane holding a Person Berry, and I want to click Zing Zap on this once its speed is dropped by 2, right? So we are bringing these guys, and then so you can take every Scald, right? We would like to basically yeah, you're just responsible for taking Scalds, and we need something that can tank Hurricanes. I know that so here's one way we can always bait a Hurricane, right? What can I bring that pretty safely baits Hurricane, right? I think for things that we want to use to tank Hurricanes, I think I want to use you to tank Hurricanes, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots, and then once this basically beats this, this will bait out Surf from Pikachu, right? And then Mega Beedrill's never dead to Surf. And then we outspeed Oko this. This doesn't have any priority moves from what I see. And then the Flapple we just chain, right? Because Substitute Dragon Dance, it's got the Ripen ability, which doubles the effects it buries, and Lychee I think just increases attack. Yeah, which isn't relevant. And then Dragon Rush and Grab Apple. None of these are priority moves, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, this guy can, Beedrill can just easily chain 2 in the back half of this fight, so really all we need to do is deal with this Mantine, right? That's all we need to do is to deal with this Mantine. So what do I have that I should bring out? We could go Corviknight. That seems pretty reasonable, right? On a Scald crit burn, we don't really take that much damage, and this always beats out Scald. And we can go into U on a Scald. Right? That's fine. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then on Hurricane, we switch to U or U, right? And then on the Scald, we switch back into U, and then we want to switch into the last Hurricane here, right? If we get double crit, that deals about 70 damage, so healing that goes about half, and then with 2 turns of poison, with 2 turns of ticks of a burn, let's just assume this shouldn't even get close to Scald range, I don't think, if we're holding a citrus, right? I think this works. I think I feel good about this. Okay. Mega Beedrill is not a balanced Pokemon. I am really surprised that Mega Beedrill is available this early into the game. It feels like some of the balancing for some of the Megas is a little bit off, for sure. Okay. So Pyroar, do we need to give a damage boosting item to Pyroar or no? Right, this is Custap Berry. Custap Berry should never trigger. Right, we're tanking Leech Life, which is 22 damage from Leech Life, right? And then we're switching into U, and Brave Bird does 33% recoil, I believe. Yep. So then 103 divided by 33 is how much? What's 102 divided by 33? 102 divided by 33 is, oh wait, sorry. 102 divided by 3, that should be like 34, right? Yeah, it's 34. So this deals at least 34 to itself. And then this deals at least 138 holding no item. So that's 160, 180, 192. That's more than enough damage for sure. Yeah, that's more than enough damage for sure. And this always baits out Scald, which is perfect. Okay, so we don't need to do... we can give you an Oranberry then, I guess. This Pyroar has more special attack than my Infernape, which is kind of fun. These overheats hit really freaking hard. It's like a half of an ape, basically. If you stare hard enough, it looks like half of an ape. And then we go for you, we go for you, right? And then we go a Alolan Golem. And then we go Togedemaru holding a Person Berry. So we need to give you a Person Berry. Right? Because we do O-code this with Zing Zap, it is 4 times weak to Zing Zap. And then I think for Uppies and Bird Feed, we want to give both of you citruses. That seems pretty important, and then we can give you a citrus as well, because why not? Yeah, that should be everything. How many more fights do we have after this? It's just one more fight after this, right? Okay. And then we have Winstitute, which is its own set of struggles. Institute is not a fun place to be at, I don't think. Okay, you're the person I'm fighting, right? Yeah. Okay, let's not mess up. So, this Skarmory sees Fast Kill with Brave Bird, but we need to go Mega and then click U-turn so that we don't take said Brave Bird. It's Custap Berry and Sturdy, which is fine. We should never be putting it anywhere close into Custap range. We go into Karaoke. This clicks Brave Bird. Alrighty. Now we kill this with Overheat. Okay, Overheat kills Skarmory. This base up Mantine for random move, except for HP Grass. For random move, not HP Grass, right? So, into random move, not HP Grass, we want to switch Corviknight in. Corviknight can take any one move and always bait out Scald. Man, Corviknight's so good. It's such a good pivot, it's such a good wall. Like, I love using this thing, it's just so fun. It's such a good mid-game Pokemon. It just does so much as a wall. Okay. It's also so good into Winstitute and Winona. It's just really good on this split. Okay, so this is always Scald. This always beats out Scald. We just switch this into Eldegoss. We need to get 2 speed drops on Eldegoss. Okay, nice. There's speed drop number 1. Burn doesn't really matter. We've accounted for burn damage, I think. This is always Hurricane now. And so we switch into MMA. Let me just make sure it's always Hurricane. Yep, this is always Hurricane. We switch into MMA. MMA tanks to Hurricane. Okay. Now this wants to click Scald once more, so we switch back into Uppies to get the second speed drop. We're holding a Citrus Berry, right? So... Okay, now it's -2 speed. Togedemaru now outspeeds this thing. We get our Citrus procced. We are at 104 health on Eldegoss. This is always Hurricane. We switch into Togedemaru, we kill it with Zing Zap. We're holding a Person Berry on Togedemaru so we can never get confused. Right, this is Swiftwing Sharpbeak. There's nothing that says we can't kill this. It has no priority. We can Fake Out, we can Zing Zap. Zing Zap does about 1,000,000 damage to this Mantine, and this always baits out Pikachu. Or Raichu, or Pikachu. It's Pikachu. And Pikachu always wants to click Surf in this position. Yep, so this is always Pikachu. And Pikachu always wants to click Surf. Oh wait, hold on. If we're holding a Person Berry, does this ever click Knockoff? It does click Knockoff. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter. Knockoff doesn't do enough damage to matter. Okay, perfect. In that case, we can just safely switch into Beedrill. I shouldn't have missed that. That's pretty bad. And then we click Leech Life. I think that was a crit. Was it? 108. 169 minus 60. Minus 70. It dealt 99 damage. No, that wasn't a crit. Yeah, we're never dead though. We always click Leech Life. Leech Life always kills this guy. And then this is Flapple. Flapple has no priority. We can just click Leech Life again to kill it. I feel like every time I use B, I get so scared that I'm making a mistake because, God, if I make a mistake with B, I lose B, and that would feel so bad. I feel like that would be truly so bad for my mental. I'd be devastated if I lost B. It would be very devastating. Okay. We have one more fight. Alright. This fight is fine, I think. I think I have a pretty good line for this fight. I don't remember what the line is though, so we need to just remember the line. I know I led Sceptile for this line, right? So it's Sceptile, we tank a close combat, that's fine. We heal it pretty much all back with Giga Drain, unless we get crit, and then we'll be at like, I don't know, we'll be at some amount, right? But this should never bait out you, this should maybe bait out you. Oh, wait, this baits out, no, this consistently baits out Sludge Bomb, right? I'll just make sure that this consistently baits out Sludge Bomb. And then how is it killing this Roserade again? Was it through Excadrill? No. Was it through Ape? Maybe. The entire point is that I wanted to bait out Hydro Pump back into Sceptile. Oh, that does a lot of damage, doesn't it? What was this line again? How did we kill this thing? We could Leech Life, I guess. That does work. Is this ever anything other than Sludge Bomb? And can we take anything other than we can take everything but Weather Ball, right? So we need to make sure this is never Weather Ball if we were to go into Mega B. This would see a slow kill. This would also see probably a slow kill, so it should go into you first. I know how I'm dealing with the strings. The string seems very annoying at first, but I think I have a pretty clear line for Jinx. Also, I'll be back. I need a second. Okay, so this fight is, again, yeah, we lead Sceptile always. Right, this clicks close combat, we kill it. Or liquidation. Does it matter if this thing clicks liquidation and we get defense dropped? My guess is no, right? Because this doesn't have any physical moves other than sleep powder, which it never goes for here. I am just a little bit scared here, right? Because what's the best thing I could like switch in here? So the criteria for what I want to switch in here, it could be Beedrill. We could click like Leech Life or something. That does work if we can guarantee that it never is. And this should always be Hydro Pump, right? Afterwards. Yeah, I think so. Because it doesn't think that we outspeed kill this thing, so this isn't like disincentivized to switch out or anything, right? Flying, Fire, Psychic, what else? Is Roserade weak to? Fire, Flying, Psychic, I think? Am I missing anything? Let me check. Oh, Ice as well. I don't think that's relevant though. I don't think Ice is relevant. Flying, Fire, Psychic, hey. Yeah, we need something that just doesn't take a lot of damage from this Roserade. Okay, let's do the math. So close combat crit. So here we're saying that basically, okay, we outspeed everything. So we're saying that the defense drop from liquidation hypothetically doesn't matter, right? So this does. Okay, so these notes are for the Skuntank into Jinx matchup, which I will explain in a second. That this Jinx is really annoying to deal with because it can substitute and it does 1,000,000 damage. So close combat deals 156, and then we can maybe hold a Citrus. If we do go into B, this should never be Thunder. I think this should never be Thunder. I'm not completely confident in that. I have to check as well. If we can tank a Sludge Bomb, then we can't get poisoned, right? So we'll only be like taking a couple HP max. So yeah, this should always be Hydro Pump. Oh no, it could be Thunder. Wait, no, it's always Hydro Pump. There's no overlap here. Right, it could be Will-O-Wisp as well, right? It could be Will-O-Wisp as well. Will-O-Wisp, I'm inclined to believe doesn't really matter. Such is my inclination is that it doesn't really matter. And then we switch into U, and this baits out Freeze Dry from Jinx or Psychic. And then that's the matchup that I want to go into. I want to go into Skuntank for, right? Speaking of Skuntank, there's a line for Winstitute Grunt 2, and depending on whether or not I want to scale Donphan Knockoff, we may need to risk an explosion on Skuntank. Now obviously that's something I don't really want to do. Like Knockoff would be really nice. I know Knockoff gets like used in Magma Hideout and Mount Pyre, right? I'm willing to send that scale. I'm willing to be liberal with my resources. I especially like this late into the run, I definitely feel like I am going to spend my resources liberally. And then this always, Gudrun always heals for half, right? This is Swift Swim, Barraskewda with a Mystic Water. So nothing that prevents me from doing that. So this is 80 healing. So at most this deals 156 minus 80 equals 76 total damage, right? 171 minus 76 gives us 95 health to work with. 95 health. And 95 health always baits out Sludge Bomb. Yep. This will always bait out Sludge Bomb. We don't show kills. We outspeed everything in the back. We don't show kills to any this Roserade, so there's no reason this shouldn't be Sludge Bomb from Roserade, right? We then switch into regular Beedrill, right? We tank a Sludge Bomb. We tank a Sludge Bomb, right? And then this is Sleep Powder or Weather Ball. Oh no, we just kill this thing before it gets to move, right? And Beedrill's so good. So we tank a Sludge Bomb. We can never get poisoned because we are a poison type. Right. We tank a Sludge Bomb, we go Mega, we outspeed this thing, we click Leech Life. This thing's Technician, Black Sludge. It's not Prankster, it can't get Sleep Powder off on us. Weather Ball, Grass Knot, Sludge Bomb, none of these are priority moves. Grass Knot does damage depending on how heavy I am, right? Yeah. We kill this with Leech Life. How much damage can this possibly do to us, right? 83, we'll be at least 166 health, so we'll be very healthy, right? And I believe this baits out Rotom. Rotom sees a slow kill. We're not showing any kills to this Rotom, right? This guy also sees a slow kill, but we show a fast kill, so it can never be Jinx, right? And then this guy doesn't see a kill with anything, so it's always Rotom. And specifically, it's always Rotom for either Hydro Pump or Will-O-Wisp. The question is, we are very dead to... We are very dead to Hydro Pump crit on Sceptile, right? We are very dead to Hydro Pump crit. That's unfortunate. I remember that the original plan was we were baiting Thunder into Sceptile. I don't remember what mon we were using to bait Thunder into Sceptile. It wasn't you. There's no way we can do a Corviknight ever here, right? We don't outspeed here. I just don't remember what guy I used. It's not you, we're like way too slow. It's not you, we're dead to Sludge Bomb. Berserker, there's no way it deals enough damage, and it's too slow. So like... realistically speaking, right? I swear, I wonder why I didn't write down my team. I should have like written down the line for this, because I had the line for this already. I'm just silly. What in the world did I use for this Roserade? That baited out Thunder. It can't be Excadrill, right? What in the world did I use? I simply don't remember. Okay, is there any way we could get this to work still? Can we ever get this in on a Hydro Pump? We could pivot through another mon and get this in on a Thunder, right? But like, okay. 65. What if we were to go citrus on subtile? After the citrus were to proc, we'd still be at below 50%, right? But this always proc citrus as well. So we get liquidation, but liquidation might not proc citrus, right? And if we don't proc citrus, then there's no way we can get in on this hydro pump. And then Thunder Crit deals... Oh wait, no, that's not true. We get healing, right? We get healing. So how much? 156. Yeah, let's add in a citrus to this. 171 divided by 4. Is 42 damage. Right, so 76 minus 42 is 34 total damage. Right, because it's 156, right, and we're getting 80 healing, and then we're getting 171 divided by 4, we're getting 42 health from citrus, right? And so that's 122, so that's 34 total damage, right? Which puts us at how much health? At least 171 minus 34 puts us at 137 health. And we should always live this on 137 health, right? Yeah, we do always live this on 137 health. And just to make sure, we do never bait Thunder, right? Do we ever bait Thunder? Oh, what if we bait Thunder? We should never bait Thunder. No, we should never bait Thunder because we are getting Leech Life healing. We should never be baiting Thunder here. Yeah, we're never baiting Thunder. This is always Hydro Pump or Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is fine. Obviously, we're not a physical attacker. Right, we clicked Giga Drain with the U-turn damage. That definitely helps kill. And then this thing will bait out Jinx. This thing necessarily baits out Jinx, right? Because they both... This will definitely see a slow kill. This may or may not see a slow kill. Okay, so for Jinx, the idea is to go Skuntank, and then we need to pre-damage Skuntank to die to exactly 2 freeze dries and hold a Lumberry. So 97 times 2 is... 194, so we need to pre-damage this to 194. And this is very intentional. Right, because we're never died to freeze dry crit, right? The reason is that we want to click Sucker Punch, but we can't guarantee that it doesn't like substitute or Lovely Kiss. So like if it clicks Freeze Dry and we pre-damage this amount, it'll always click Freeze Dry again on the next turn because it's a fast kill. And if it clicks Psychic, then we click Knock Off, right? If it clicks Lovely Kiss, Lumberry cures Sleep, and we knock off, we kill it. If it clicks Substitute, we're in the same position, but this has like 25% less health, so it doesn't matter. And then if it clicks Freeze Dry, we have a Lumberry, we're never dead to crit, right? So this is how we beat the Jinx. And then this is, this definitely can click Curse, but that's fine. I think Primarina just walls the living hell out of this guy as well. Right, so even if this clicks Curse, this will be at +1, right? And then Aqua Tail crit deals 60, so if we hold a Citrus Berry, we're never dead to double crit. Right, and if this does not click Curse, if this clicks Aqua Tail, then we get crit on turn 1, we get crit on turn 2, that takes us to 80%, and then so that's 148 damage, right? 148 damage. That always triggers Citrus Berry. What if it curses and then, okay, we do need to like, take it, okay, we need to take like everything into account here, right? So, first of all, it never clicks rest. Or does it? Does it click rest? That's a good question. Does it click rest? Hydration? What does hydration do? Oh, it can click rest, right? If this is like low enough health, right, it outspeeds, and it can click rest, and because of hydration, okay. So this matchup isn't as free as I initially thought it was, right? So, okay, so we need to deal with a few cases, right? If it clicks Aquatail, we get Aquatail crit. 148, right? 182 divided by 4 means we're getting 45 points of healing off of a citrus berry. So it's 140, it's 74 per, it's 148 damage, right? Assuming we hold a citrus berry, that puts us at 182 divided by 4, that puts us at 45 healing, and so $74 times 3 is 222 minus 45 is 177, so that doesn't kill. What if it Aquatails and then decides to curse on turn 2, and then it decides to it Aquatails, let's say it Aquatail crits, and then it decides to set up, it decides to click curse. Then we're dead to high roll double crit, right? But we can get a draining block. We need a draining kiss healing though. What if it clicks rest? If it clicks rest, do we just keep on clicking Moonblast? If it clicks rest, do we just keep on clicking Moonblast is the question. How much Moonblast PP do we have compared to rest PP? We have lots of Moonblast PP. How much rest PP does he have? Not very much rest PP. And do we kill with Draining Kiss and Moonblast through leftovers is a good question that we should ask. So Draining Moonblast does 138, right? And then Draining Kiss does 74. So that's 212 damage, right? So we do 212 damage. Right, we deal 212 damage, and then a leftovers proc is 196 divided by 16, which is 12, so it does 2, yeah, so we kill through leftovers healing here. So the idea is we just get this in on a random move, and then if this clicks curse, we click Draining Kiss, right? Let's say it crits, whatever. can never kill us the next turn with Aqua Tail. And it can never click Curse again. So if it clicks Rest, we click Moonblast. And we just keep on doing that until it dies, I think works. I think that works. I hope that works. I guess we can always bring Gyarados in case things get a little bit dicey. Gyarados is like a good way to... We can always like do Gyarados Outrage if things get kind of dicey, right? And then we could go like Pixie Plate, Azumarill or something, I don't know. Okay, I think I feel good about that. That feels fine. I just make sure that we set up our guys correctly. Okay, so Sceptile, we need Citrus on Sceptile. We've already established that Sceptile should never die, right? We go Beedrill. Then we go Skuntank, holding a Lumberry, pre-damage to a very specific amount. And then we go Primarina, holding a Citrus Berry. Then we go Gyarados in case things go wrong. And then we go like Azumarill in case things really go wrong. Okay, this is kind of a complicated line, so I just want to be like very sure about everything. Yeah, so I know I want to give you a Citrus. We have to give you a Beedrillite, right? It's always Sludge Bomb. We always heal with Leech Life. This doesn't have any Prio. We're good here. This always puts out Rotom for Hydro Pump. Will U-turn out on you, and then Hydro Pump crit deals 72%. We just need to make sure that we're above 72%, which we think we should be, like with... We'll be at like around 9%, this heals, so like 56 plus. Yeah, we're very comfortably over 72 here. We're very comfortably over 72 here. This outspeeds and kills with Giga Drain, that's fine. This baits out Psychic or Freeze Dry. We'll switch into you, Skuntank, pre-damage to 148, no, pre-damage to 194 health. 180, 194, yeah, okay. So let's pre-damage, let's pre-damage you to 194, and then we're gonna go Lum. Very important we go Lum here. The only way I cleanly found that we can beat the Jinx, which was posing a big problem to our box. Beedrillite on Beedrill, and then Citruses on Cuddles, and I guess like we could go Citrus on you as well. The idea is if things go really wrong, then yeah, I think that's fine. So just making sure Citrus, Beedrillite, Lumberry, Citrus, 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 and this is pre-damage to 194. This is Dry Skin, Life Orb. Okay, that seems fine to me. Okay, last fight on 119, and then we're in Winstitute. If we can get through this fight cleanly. Should be clean. Always gotta be cautious though, never know when you miss something. The game loves to humble you when you think you have good lines. You're almost through this route. You should be the last trainer on this route. Okay, perfect. Here we are. So, the first guy, this Barraskewda, we just kill with Giga Drain. This is liquidation, that's fine. Defense drop doesn't matter here. We get the citrus, that's fine. Oh, we should be at full health, which is perfect. Should always be Roserade for Sludge Bomb. Yep, this is Roserade. Roserade sees a kill with Sludge Bomb. So we head into Beedrill. We can very easily tank a Sludge Bomb with Beedrill. Right? We can never get poisoned, we are poison type. We then go Mega and click Leech Life. Go Mega, click Leech Life. Okay, perfect. Now this should beat out Rotom Wash, who sees a slow kill with exactly one move, which is Hydro Pump. We could also click Will-O-Wisp, which doesn't matter. We're just clicking U-turn on this guy. Get me out of here. We switch into trees. Hydro Pump misses, doesn't matter. We outspeed this Rotom. This Rotom does not have any sort of priority, and we can just click like Energy Ball, that's fine. Okay, perfect. Now this is Jinx. Jinx sees a fast kill with Freeze Dry, or a slow kill with Freeze Dry. Should always go for Freeze Dry in this spot, right? So we head into Dad Jokes, who's pre-damaged, always dead to 2 Freeze Dries, and is holding a Lumberry, so we can never get frozen. We're never dead to Freeze Dry crit, which deals less than 2 mineral Freeze Dries. We do get crit. Okay. I feel like getting crit is always looks so scary, right? Okay, this is always going to be Freeze Dry again. We click Sucker Punch. This is Life Orb, Dry Skin. We Sucker Punch this guy, he dies. Jinx down, okay. Perfect. Now this can, a crit's actually totally fine, because now this can never curse. This is always going to go for a kill. Either Dragon Claw or Aqua Tail. In either case, we switch into Primarina. Primarina walls this set pretty comfortably. If we got crit a million times, things get dicey, but I think I accounted for everything. Okay, we don't get crit, so we're perfectly fine. We don't outspeed this, we can just do Draining Kiss now. We could also click Encore, but we can also just click Draining Kiss, it's fine. It's because Aqua Tail. We Draining Kiss once, and then we just keep on clicking Moonblast until this thing dies. It only has 5 SPP. We crit it, that's cool. This is very inclined to go for rest, but it doesn't matter. We click Moonblast. it only has 5 PP on rest. We have like a million PP on Moonblast. Goodra goes to sleep. It heals back all of its health. Or I guess it has 8 PP. No, it's 5 PP on rest. Right. It gets its, it goes hydration, so it doesn't stay asleep, which is fine. It's gonna click rest again, most likely. It's gonna click it 4 times, most likely, and that's okay. Rest comes in again. This guy loves sleeping. He's just like me. I too love sleeping. He's just a sleepy little guy. Hydration, so we're 2 rests down. It clicks rest for the 3rd time. We click Moonblast. You can see how this matchup is meant to go. It's not very interesting. Not a particularly engaging matchup. It uses rest for the 4th time. We use Moonblast for the 4th time. It can rest 1 more time, I think, if I've counted correctly. We've gotten so many special attack drops down. That's crazy. Is it 10% for a special attack drop? I'm just curious. No, it's 30%. Okay, that makes more sense. Rest 1 last time, right? Very exciting gameplay here. We click Moonblast again. It has more rests. Did I not count properly? Is rest more than 5 PP? It shouldn't be more than 5 PP. Is it the case where it's like, it has 8 PP because it's in slot 1 and it's just like not correct in the calc? Let's see. Nope, rest is on slot 4. Wait, how much PP does rest have? Because it's definitely has more than 5 rest PP. Oh, it has 10 PP. Okay, that's fine. We have more than 10 PP. Okay, I'm just gonna use speed up here. This is not interesting or particularly fun to watch or play. Please just stop resting, dude. Like, okay, it's done. There we go. Winstitute time. Winstitute time. Okay, Winstitute is admittedly scary due to all the hacks items. Very difficult to craft riskless lines. I think our lines are pretty clean, but not riskless, in the sense that we could lose guys. Okay. So Institute grit number 1. We can take a look at now. Mega Beedrill is very good for this fight from what I remember. Mega Beedrill is very good for this fight, is all I will say. Okay, Barbarical lead. We counter this Barbarical with our very insane Sceptile, obviously. And then we play the rest right here. Okay, the Sceptile comes in, we kill this, no problems. This is Tough Claws, Bright Powder, we have Magical Leaf. This just straight up wins the 1v1, it's very easy, right? So if I am correct, because we move first, this Starmie will come out next for Ice Beam. I am like 99% sure how this works, and I've read on the Discord that analytic bug applies to switch in, right? So if it doesn't apply, I'm closing it. I don't care. And because of analytic bug, right? Like imagine we are faster. Ice beam. It's always ice beam. There should always click ice beam here. 100% of the time, there should be ice beam. So here we can switch B in very safely. We just need to make sure that B is pre-toxic so that it never gets frozen. Either pre-toxic or pre-poisoned, whichever one does less damage in the long run, right? This has Psychic Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and no prio moves. So we go Mega, we click Leech Life, we kill this thing, right? I don't think analytic boosts happens when we switch, right? I don't think that's how it works. Does analytic apply if you switch? You do. Analytic procs on switch. Okay, that makes sense. Analytic proccing on switch makes sense. So this will do boosted damage, Ice Beam, right? Boosted damage, Ice Beam, we take a tick of poison, we kill this with Poison Jab. We should still... I still don't think that this is relevant. I still don't think that this could ever kill us, even with a tick of toxic or poison. This doesn't seem like it does anywhere near enough damage to kill us. 124, let's just say we're poisoned. 169, that's 21 damage, right? So 124, that's 145 damage, right? We fast Leech Life that heals us for enough damage, right? And then we show fast kill to you. We show fast kill to you. And we don't show fast kill to you, right? So this is like random move. This should always see a kill though, I think. Can this ever click like sword stance here? Maybe if we don't get crit, it's worth it to just... No. We're always gonna need to click Leech Life, right? So like how bad is it if this thing sword stances? Because I want to switch into Lucario, right? Is the idea here. It doesn't have any sort of... like, it has Speed Boost King's Rock, right? Is what it has. So on the first turn we should be outspeeding this when this switches in. It shouldn't get a speed boost, we should just be outspeeding this, right? And then we U-turn out, basically. Rock Slide... I wonder if we can do toxic damage. I wonder if toxic damage makes it so that... Because we switch in, we take one turn of toxic damage, we kill it, we take one turn of toxic damage, and then we turn out. So toxic damage deals less damage to us overall. If this thing does click sword stance, how bad is that for me? Another option we have is we can pre-damage this to never die to poison, and we could do that. I'm just a little bit scared that if we misplay it, we end up losing B. So I would need to like be really careful about this, right? I would just need to be really careful about this. And also, I have a feeling that if we were to pre-damage with B, we might be too low to... We might not even consistently bait out Rock Slide anyways. Oh. We're like, our defense... If our defense was like 3 points lower, unironically, I guess it doesn't really matter here. Okay, let's see if we can deal with... Let's see if we can really deal with it. This wants to click Smart Strike, right? It's not great. Like, this doesn't look great to me. Obviously this shouldn't be able to ever... Yeah, this doesn't look great to me. I would really like this to not click Sword Stance. Is this thing... I'd really like this to not click Sword Stance. Because we're not inner focus, right? This doesn't deal anywhere in... Oh, our inner focus guys just don't deal enough damage. I think I only have one inner focus guy. So, like, theoretically speaking, right? How much damage could we get away with? We could get away with Ice Beam dealing 124. Ice Beam deals 124. Let's put this in the notes section. Oh. So Ice Beam deals 124 max roll crit. Oh, also there's no rain, right? Is what I presume. I'm presuming there's no rain in Winstitute, right? We make sure we factor that in as well. Ice Beam crit, there should always be Ice Beam, right? There should always be Ice Beam. Always switches you in for fast kill. Always Ice Beam into you. We need to pre-toxic. This is... Oh, we can't even pre-poison. This has to be pre-toxic, yeah. Because we are poison type, obviously. So pre-toxic will deal 1/16 on the first turn, right? Yep. Yep. Okay, 124. We take... how much damage do we take? We need to be precise about this. We take 10 damage from toxic. So, 10 toxic damage. We take 124 Ice Beam damage. So, that means... That means on minimum we need to have 135. We need to be on 135, right? That's minimum. We need to be 135. Let's say we're 135, right? 135 minus 70 takes us to... What's the most amount of health we can have is the question, right? 135 minus 70 takes us to 65 health. So that means we'll have at least 65 health. And then, yeah, 135, right? 135, yes. 135 minus 70 gets us down to 65 health. We take the 10 damage from toxic, so we'll be at 55 health. And then we heal half damage from Leech Life, right? Yes, so we heal 164 divided by 2 should be 82, yes. 165 divided by 2, 82, yeah, it's 82, 82 healing. So it'll be 52 plus 82 total health at maximum. So that's 137 health. At 137 health, we do always bait out Rock Slide, so this works. So yes, this works. So pre-damage be to 135, and we can 130. Let me just write this down for future reference. Damage, health maximum. Right. So I guess that means we can pre-damage to 135 to 140, right? Because we can, so long as your maximum health is 142 or below, this will always click Rock Slide, right? So long as this is 142 or below. Oh shoot! I forgot. We can, we take a second tick of, okay wait, hold on, hold on. So wait, hold on, so if we take 70 damage from Ice Beam on switch in, right, we're taking one turn of Toxic on the switch in, we're taking a second turn of Toxic after we leech life, right, so that's a total of 30 damage, so that we're taking a total of 100 damage at minimum. Right, and we know exactly how much we're going to heal. We're going to heal 82 health, right? We're always going to heal 82 health. So that means we're taking 18 damage at minimum. But no, because if we heal back to full, if we were to heal back to full, we always take the full 20 from Toxic. So is that enough to guarantee that 149. No, we need to pre-damage by 7. That's all we need to pre-damage by. Is it? No, not quite. We need to pre-damage by more than 7. Fuck, this math is kind of annoying me. Anyways, all I'm saying is that we'll do the math later. We know that there's a specific HP amount we can pre-damage B to. I think it's because we're always taking 20 toxic damage at the end of turn 2. I think we just need to pre-damage to 7 more than we heal. Right, because assuming we heal off 49.1%, so we always heal off that with which we deal. Assuming no crit. Okay, we'll figure this out later. I'm sure there's a damage amount that makes this work. I'm sure, because 125 works, right? 125 definitely works. Okay, so if we can guarantee that this comes in on not sword stance, then I feel pretty good about this, right? Because U-turn deals 35.7% damage, so U-turn deals 59 damage. So 165 minus 59. We're guaranteed to deal 106 damage at least. Oh wait, sorry, this is at most. So Scalpede is less than or equal to 106 damage, 106 health. And then we just need to make sure that you deal 106 health with Meteor Mash. So we just need to give you like a metal coat or something, right? And this is locked into clicking Smart Strike. This is locked into pretty much always clicking Smart Strike or Pin Missile. It's very unlikely to pick Pin Missile. Eventually we will get a Meteor Mash down. As soon as we get a Meteor Mash down, we can start clicking Aura Sphere. Or we could just click Aura Sphere a million times. That probably works. Oh wait, no. Yeah, as soon as we get a meteor mash down, we can start clicking vacuum wave. I feel pretty good about this. This feels like super hyperfiction to lose because smart strike isn't really naturally a because yeah, smart strike isn't like a flinching move like rock slide is, right? If we were doing this with rock slide being baited out, it would be a little bit more dicey, but I think I feel good about smart strike because there's only a 90%, a 10% chance to flinch us with each move. What we do have to be careful about is that we might get speed boosts. If we get speed boosts, maybe that changes switch in ordering, but I think we also just outspeed everything naturally, so I don't think it matters. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. Okay, they should come in for Mach Punch, is what should happen next, because they're both slower than me. They should come in for Mach Punch. So here's the thing, right? What if we're super, surely we're not super low from Smart Strike. There's no way, right? There's just like no way we lose this matchup that hard. There's just no way, right? Maybe this could be Bullet Seed. I feel like that's like reasonable. I kind of want to just, I was looking at a few things for this guy, right? I was looking at Corviknight, Wide Lens Corviknight, trying to chain both the Breloom and the Malamar in the back. The idea with the Malamar is we can teach this thing Swagger over Iron Head, and then get superpowers, and then we click Swagger, and then we basically drop its attack by 2, and then at the end we can just go into like a Shell on Ramon to finish this thing off after it's used all of its superpower PP. The issue with this is that we need to pre-burn because of Hypnosis, A, and B, the matchup could get quite dicey. The reason why is because we're taking a Mach Punch, right? We want to Roost on turn 2, and if we get like Mach Punch crit into like Brave Bird, that like deals a ton of damage to me to the point where I don't really feel comfortable with dealing with this Malamar 1v1. So I am inclined, therefore, to just use Masquerain on this thing. I feel pretty good about this. Honestly speaking, I think this matchup is very reasonable if we just go Wide Lens on Masquerain. There's a 99% chance we hit through with Air Slash. And then further, there's a 90% chance that this goes for Mach Punch, which does like basically nothing, right? So basically there's like a 99.9% chance of success. Obviously if it goes for Mach Punch, then we just basically reset, so it's not like a 100% chance of it doing, it working out for me in that scenario, but the odds of that happening are just so low that I think the probability is dominated by the case where it's like Air Slash, miss into like Mach Punch, and that's like all we kind of have to worry about. So it's very close to 99.9% chance of working. It's slightly lower than 99.9% chance, but I feel good for a 1 in 1,000. I think I've risked many worse things than that. Furthermore, if this doesn't work out, if we do get Rock Tombed, if that does end up happening, I think that's fine. I think I feel okay about that because we can just go into Corviknight to finish the job off, right? The last and only thing we have to make sure is that this never clicks Spore on you, and it should never do that, right? Because at the minimum, we're always taking a Rock Slide and a Smart Strike, or a Pin Missile, right? 2-hit Pin Missile deals like 13%, right? And that's more than enough to beat out Mach Punch 100% of the time. I feel very confident that this would work. And then, even though it's not perfect, I think this is probably, I would say this is very, comfortably, a clean line territory, despite not being perfect. Okay. So then, this guy comes out, right? And it's Hypnosis, Psycho Cat, Night Slash, or Superpower. it's only a 20% chance of superpower here. We're gonna go into Corviknight, and the idea is we're going to, basically we're just gonna click, let me just make sure that we're not dead to like superpower into superpower. Yeah, like it's not going to happen, right? Yeah, we're just gonna hold we're gonna hold a citrus on Corviknight, right? And then we're gonna go, wait, should I go wide lens? Maybe it's worth going wide lens on Corviknight here. Anyways, we're gonna go Swagger Corviknight to deal with this Malamar, I think. And then after we basically stall this out of all of its superpowers, it's gonna be like -6, and then we can easily kill this with a Turtonator holding like a Chesto Berry or something, right? So that's my plan for Grunt 1. The only thing we need to worry about is the pre-damage on B. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're taking 7 damage, 7 guaranteed damage, not including toxic, right? So how would we go about doing that? Right, okay. So if Ice Beam does 70 damage at minimum, right, and we're healing back 82 damage, right, that's a surplus of 12 damage, right, so that's like plus 12 health on this turn. Oh, we're also taking 10 damage of toxic chip, so it's only plus 2 health, right? So at most we can gain 2 health from this interaction. So I think that means if we pre-damage by 9 health, we should be fine. If we go to 160, we should be fine, is my guess, right? So I need to make sure of 2 things, just one more time. This is really important, right? I need to make sure we're not dead to pre-toxic, Ice Beam crit. We need to make sure that we always wait out Rock Slide. Very important 2 things that we need to do here. Very important 2 things we need to do here. So on 160 health, again, Ice Beam crit deals 124, right? So it'll deal 134 with the toxic tick, right? And so we will be at 26 health. We leech life, we fast leech life, that heals us for enough, so we're never dead, right? So do we always consistently bait out Rock Slide? So let's say we take 70 damage, right? That puts us at, okay, let me just say pre-damage, let me just write this down. Pre-damage at 160 for Beedrill, and we want to make sure we pre-toxic as well. Right, okay, so let's say we take 70 damage, that puts us at 90, right? We do leech life. Oh, with the toxic chip we're at 80 now. And then leech life heals us for 82 health always, so that brings us to 162. We tank 20 health on the second turn of toxic, so that brings us to 142 damage. And 142 damage, we always show kill with Rock Slide, so this works. This is perfect. Okay. I feel good about this. I hope I don't miss anything. All of these fights are just so freaking sweaty to plan for because hacks items are just so annoying. It's all about trying to minimize, it's all about trying to basically minimize the risk that we do, right? Because it's very hard to get 100% riskless lines here, but I would say that 99.9% is pretty much equivalent to 100%. So long as it's not like a 0.1% chance to wipe, it's like a 0.1% to lose a guy, right? Okay, so we go Sceptile, we go B, we go Lucario, we go Masquerain holding a wide lens, we go Corviknight, we go Turtonator for shell armor to finish this thing off. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so shell armor, we're gonna give you a chesto. Alright. This one, it doesn't matter. Yeah, this one, it doesn't matter what we give you, right? Because we're always, okay, if Starmie doesn't come out, I'm causing this. Or Starmie doesn't come out and there isn't something obvious that I missed, I'm causing this. Because I'm almost certain that it's supposed to be Starmie here for Ice Beam. If it's like fucking Scolipede coming up for a slow kill, I don't care, I'm causing it. Because I'm working off the information I was told. Right, I'm working off the information I was told. So I guess we give you Citrus, right? It doesn't really matter what we give you. So we need to pre-toxic B drill. I guess if we're doing pre-toxic on B-drill, we should do that right before this fight, right? So I'll do the pre-damage now. We'll do the pre-toxic later. The pre-damage to 160. Right, so now you're pre-toxic. We need to give you the B-drill light, obviously. Knives, we need to give the metal coat. This is very important, so that it can never, Oh, actually, technically speaking, we may not need to, but we should do this because, actually we should do this, because if it does click a sword stance, and then it's possible that the Breloom uses Spore, which is not something we want to see. So it's very important we do review a metal coat. Metal coat. Okay. Wide lens on Tulip. Again, not perfect, but I think this will do. Bird feed, we need to burn a bird feed. We give you a citrus, or rather we give you a wide lens, right? We give you a wide lens. Where is that wide lens? Where's the wide lens? Did I not pick up the wide lens? Oh my god, do we have to pick up the wide lens? Where's the wide lens? Please. Okay, never mind, we have to pick up the wide lens. No, not wide lens, zoom lens, new mobile. I thought I picked up the zoom lens. I could have sworn I picked up the zoom lens. Muscle Band, Miracle Seed, Psychic Seed, Iron Magnet, Poison Barb, Shark Beak. Okay, there it is. Zoom lens, okay, there we go. Okay, oh, one more thing is that we need to teach our Swagger TM. Bird feed. Over Ironhead. is this? Okay, Misty Seed. Alright, Institute time, baby. Alrighty. So I'm assuming this is the first fight. I'm gonna assume that this is the first fight. So, before we go in, very important, we need to pre-toxic our... Pre-toxic slot 2. Right? Okay, make sure we have everything. Citrus on Subtile. Right? Citrus on Subtile. Baiting out Ice Beam, we go into we go into Beedrill, who's been pretty toxic, so we can never get frozen. We Leech Life. We U-turn out of Scolipede, who's the only thing that we don't show fast kill to. We U-turn out into Lucario, and we spam Meteor Mash until we kill it. This beats out Breloom for Mach Punch. We go into Masquerain to take a Mach Punch. We should win this matchup. It's then Malamar, Contrary Malamar. We switch into Corviknight, and we click Swagger with Wide Lens. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Institute Fight 1. Barbarical. Okay. This one's easy. This one's really easy. All we have to do is click Magical Leaf. Due to Analytic Bug, this should always be Starmie. Yes, okay, nice. Okay, we switch into Beedrill here, who is holding a Beedrillite and is pre-damaged to a very precise 160 health. We can always live an Ice Beam crit plus Poison Tick damage. We can't be frozen because we're pre-toxic. We click Leech Life. We go Mega, we click Leech Life. We go Mega, we click Leech Life. This should kill Starmie. Always puts us in range of Rock Slide from Scolipede. This part is all riskless so far. The scary stuff comes the back half of this fight. The fiction, if you will. Alright, Scolipede comes out, we click U-turn on Scolipede. This is King's Rock, Speed Boost, Scolipede. We outspeed it on turn 1, so we are free to click U-turn. We click U-turn, and we switch into Knives. Lucario is our, it's not inner focus, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good, because this thing can never click Swords Dance. It's forced to click Smart Strike, and it only has a 10% chance of flinching, and Smart Strike does like 10% damage, right? So, we now click Meteor Mash on the Scolipede. It's locked into clicking Smart Strike, and very rarely it can also click Pin Missile. Okay, perfect. We get an attack boost. Does that change anything? Oh no. Does it change anything? Fuck. Okay. Okay, we're steering. I forgot about the attack boost. That's not good. Malamar comes out now, and it wants to click Superpower. That should be fine. That should be fine. We're gonna go into Bird Feed early, but that should be fine. Superpower comes out, raises attack, raises defense. That's okay. We are going to click Swagger. Now we roost. Okay. We can click Swagger again. Okay. Now we roost again. We click Swagger one more time. Until this thing's out of superpowers. Okay. Perfect. This thing's out of superpowers now. So... Okay, that was scary. We have clicked how many Swaggers? We've clicked 3 Swaggers, so we can click Swagger a few more times. So the only question is, what does Turtonator bait out? It baits out Rock Tomb. Do I have anything that resists Rock Tomb? Or do I just have to... Does Turtonator always bait out Rock Tomb? It should always bait out Rock Tomb, yes. I'm gonna Swagger this a few more times, just for the... I need to be careful with exactly how much damage Night Slash Crit deals. It deals 76 damage, okay. Would it be fine to Swagger this one more time? So this is now, we'll roost one more time. Okay, so we've used, it would be -8, it got +5, right? So it would be -8 attack +5 attack. So I think we Swagger this one more time for good measure. Or like a few more times for good measure. Last time. Okay. Now I roost one more time. And now we switch into Turtonator. Okay, so it got +5, we got -12, so it should be at min attack now. Turtonator kills this, and then this is Rock Tomb or Spore, so we need to switch into Corviknight one last time. Totally fucking forgot about Meteor Mash attack boost. That really fucked up our line down. We switch into Turtonator now. We click Flamethrower. Hypnosis is fine. When Hypnosis is totally okay. Right? We... Oh my goodness. Okay, we go back into... I wonder if it's ever... No, okay, we should just stay in and click Flamethrower again. That's fine. Night Slash is fine. Okay, Flamethrower one more time. Psycho Cut is fine. Okay. I guess... Is it ever worth it to just stay in here? Because we're never dead to one Rock Tomb, right? This is Rock Tomb or Spore. If it Rock Tombs us, I think we hit through with Flamethrower, I think we just win, right? It's because Rock Tomb deals 98 damage. I think, yeah, I think that's fine. We should just click flamethrower. Spore comes in, that's fine. We probably still want to stay in another turn and try to hit a flamethrower. Okay, now we need to switch into Corviknight and we need to just Brave Bird. Don't crit. Okay, we frauded the fuck out of that fight. That was really scary. Okay, we did not deserve to win that fight. Oh my goodness. Okay. My god, that was so terrifying. Okay, yeah, Meteor Mash raising attack, that was very bad. I just missed it. I just completely missed it. I just completely missed it. Okay, so this is the fight that I was nervous about. Gret number 2, right? This fight is a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. So we have a good lead. We have a Zoomer lead on this. Oh, wait, is this the Drampa? Oh yeah, this is the Focus Bend Berserk lead. So, if we were to do this lead and we were to reskill knockoff back on, I just want to make sure, I haven't actually looked at this, but I think with this, with a knockoff into an Earthquake, we should be fine. Can Dragon Pulse confuse me? No. Can Everclick Hurricane? No. It's always Surf here, yes? Surf can never kill me. Knockoff, even with the Berserk boost, doesn't matter, right? With the Soft Sand, we kill with Ice Shard. Wait, no. Knockoff plus Earthquake always kills here. So this is a very safe lead, right? And obviously this always baits out you for random move. Right, Ape can take a random move just fine. We do need to be wary of Bulldoze, Iron Head, Power Whip. So Bulldoze drops my speed, right? And Power Whip shouldn't have any additional effect. And then it could also miss, just FYI. Iron Head has no additional effect. Okay. So I like Ape here because Ape shows fast kill with Flare Blitz into you. It shows fast kill with close combat into you. And it doesn't show kill so long as we don't equip a black belt into you. So because it shows fast kill into these two guys, what should... Oh, this has Quick Claw. Oh, shit. That is a big problem. I see. That is big issue. That is big issue. We can't do Ape then. There's no way we can ever do Ape here. Okay. I didn't realize this thing had a Quick Claw. That sucks. That is really awful. This Quick Claw Ferrothorn, man. What are our plans for this Quick Claw Ferrothorn? Yeah, I feel like I feel pretty comfortable. If we... This Quick Claw Ferrothorn is a big problem. Tritinator does pretty well into this, like, honestly speaking. We could get Bulldoze and then explode it on, right? Like, that's possible. We definitely need to one-shot this thing. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm not willing to risk anything that I feel is super important. And I'm also not willing to risk losing the fight because of Quick Claw proc. So, like, Pyro is interesting for sure here, but we could get, like, Bulldoze crit into Bulldoze, or, like, we could get Bulldoze into Bulldoze crit and just lose. Like, Quick Claw Bulldoze is not very fun or entertaining to deal with. Oh my goodness. Do we just send Turtonator at this thing and pray? Maybe not the worst idea in the world, actually. Maybe not the worst idea in the world. I'm not willing to, like... Corviknight? First of all, if we had a Feather Dance on this Corviknight, I think this could be a reasonable switch in. Like, legitimately speaking, I think that would be very reasonable. Right? The issue is that that's another scale that I would be committing, Feather Dance scale. It would be the best thing I would have by far for this Ferrothorn though, right? This Ferrothorn is kind of a big fat problem. We could send Turtonator at this thing and just hope it doesn't explode. That is viable. This would bait out like random shit from you though. Right, unless we... Or I wouldn't bait out random shit necessarily. This would bait out like... I don't know what this would bait out. This would bait out Psychic. Or it would not bait out Psychic. Or it would bait out Power Gem. Or Surf. Or Earth Power. Basically, it could bait out a whole slew of things. And we need to account for all of them. That's fun. Okay, let's say we want to do, let's say we do Turtonator for now, right? Let's just lock that in for now. Let's lock in Turtonator for now. If we get Bulldoze, we would take another Bulldoze most likely. If this thing explodes, what can you do? We'll just like make sure to account for that in our lines. There's just so many freaking converging paths. This is going to take a hot minute to calculate. Oh boy, this is going to take a hot minute to calculate. Okay, so what could this bait out? If we get Bulldozed on, it's still 28% damage, so that would... Fuck, dude, this sucks. This legitimately sucks. I don't know what to tell you. The baiting being, like, the worst in the world. I like the Scun Tank. I like just throwing Scun Tank at Executor. That like seems fine to me. Honestly speaking, that seems pretty fine to me. But holy shit. This fight is nasty. Right, and if it's you, we have alternating lines basically. Could it ever be 71%? I guess if it's exactly like 29%, it could be you for like random move, theoretically. I know you could switch into like a random move. Right, this is never gonna click rain dance, which is nice. Okay. So, that's fine. This guy's fine, we can deal with this guy. If this kills this though, what happens? It could click like rain down. Oh my goodness. Is it that bad if this clicks rain dance? It's not that bad if this clicks rain dance into this guy, right? It feels so weird because like we just don't have like consistent baiting. Yeah, it's always you. Rain dance is fine. And then wall rain. It would be really nice to kill this Amistar. Right? It would be really nice to kill this Amistar and just chain this Amistar into the wall rain. I will not lie, that sounds very nice to do. If we can get this chain, right? We have a lot of leftover slots though. Maybe we can make something work. I was also thinking of Primarina lead and then Moonblast flip turn into Togedemaru if necessary on the 1,000,000 focus band procs. That seems pretty reasonable. Most of the time we kill this with Prim though, right? And the speed up Power Whip, that's really nice. That is actually insanely nice. Maybe this actually does give us a cleaner rest of the fight, right? Because we can click Moonblast. If this is if +1 Hurricane comes in, we switch using flip turn, right? That's fine. This can never restun us here. I would like to bring a second Mon just in case that this doesn't kill though, right? So we need to account for so many things. Okay, we need to account for Moonblast killing. We need to account for flip turn killing, and we need to account for like, I think we're switching into Togedemaru, so like Togedemaru killing, right? If Moonblast kills, this should be you, I believe, because we outspeed everything. This should be you for Power Whip. That's very nice. I will not lie, that seems very nice. Power Whip will very consistently bait out you. This is the most likely line, right? And then Power Gem, we switch you in on Power Gem, right? And this baits out you for likely Psychic. Does Power Gem do anything? No additional effect. 100% accuracy, right? We can Giga Drain this. Oh no, this is right pattern, so we know Giga Drain. And This is likely to go into you. The issue is if we kill this with this thing can set up curses and kind of ruin our day. I don't like that it can set up curses and ruin our day. Wonder if it's ever worth it to just let this thing bulldoze me once on purpose so that we get the consistent baiting orders, an extra 4% like on top of what we have already for this to go boom, right? It might still be worth it though. What a fun fight. What a fun fucking fight. I feel like I should prepare like God, the fact that this can curse is just so annoying. This can click liquidation, freeze dry, or curse. And it just seems so incredibly hard to deal with all three cases. Hee hee. I don't feel comfortable bringing B to this fight with the amount of shenanigans that there is in this fight. I just really do not feel comfortable. That is an issue. This thing comes in, baits out this thing for likely psychic. Could also go boom. I guess if we, yeah, this thing could very much boom, right? You know, that's fun. Oh, God, I want to shoot myself. This fight sucks. Fuck Winstitute. Winstitute sucks. Oh, does this suck so bad? Oh, it can go boom, it can do a million different things, and I don't like any of them. Frankly, they're all so mean. Okay, here's the TLDR. The TLDR is I think we should let this thing... Okay, let's say this thing gets boomed on, right? What should we do? Let's say this thing gets boomed on. What are we doing if this thing gets boomed on? Do you go Septile here? I think we go Septile, right? Because Septile baits you out for Psychic most likely, and then we go into you, and then this will bait out Earth Power. Rain Dance is honestly fine as well, because we can just chain into the last... Oh no, we can't because... Wait, yeah, Rain Dance, this just increases its speed, and then Power Gem comes in. We click Magical Leaf, and then we outspeed this, and we click Leaf Storm. That's pretty straightforward. Do you need to give you a... So Septile, we definitely need to give a Miracle Seed to. Oh, the sheer amount of shenanigans on this fight, man. I really want to make sure that this thing baits out the Executor. This is really important. So yeah, the biggest parts of this fight are that we need to bait out the last two guys last. That's really important that the last two guys come out last and we chain them with Sceptile. Like that's I think the biggest key to this fight. If that goes wrong, I think our entire line, like weird fucking shit can happen. It's just fucking gross. I wonder, honestly speaking, like legitimately speaking, if it's just worth it to scale Feather Dance back on this guy. It looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it does look really nice, but I guess the issue with that is that this, if it booms on you, then we bait out you because you outdamage us and you don't outdamage us. So we can't use Corviknight here is the issue. I'm not willing to send any of my good mons at this Ferrothorn. I'm not willing to send anything I deem like valuable enough at this Ferrothorn, right? We could perhaps send like, we could perhaps just throw Pyroar at this Ferrothorn. But Pyroar doesn't even bait the right guy, so it's no dice for yeah, it's not Pyroar. It can never be Pyroar here. I think Turtonator's the best thing I got. I think Turt's the best thing I got. I wonder if it's worth it to like, cause like on turn 1, right? We know it'll never explode because it always sees a kill into either into the two of these slots, right? So it sees either a kill with Power Whip or it'll see a kill with like. Or it'll see a kill with Bulldoze, right? So in either of those cases, what if we switched into Masquerain? Like that seems honestly not bad, right? Like what if we switched into Masquerain, right? We switched to Masquerain, we could even pre-damage to always beat out Power Whip or Iron Head again into... How does Mega Aggron fare against this guy? Oh, Mega Aggron stomps all over this guy, holy shit. We need to probably get this on the right move though, right? Nope, not necessarily. Well, maybe not Bulldoze, right? Mega Aggron does kind of just stomp all over this guy. There's gotta be some way we can use that to our advantage, right? Like surely we can just do Mega Aggron here, right? Oh, though Mega Aggron again baits the wrong guy. It beats this guy. I want to find a way to make this Turtonator line work. Right, let's say we always pre-damage so that this is either Iron Head or Power Whip. Then we go into Turtonator, right? And then we always live Explosion. Oh, okay, that seems very promising, right? We always live Explosion, right? So even if it booms, it's not that big of a deal. And then we click Flamethrower, right? Maybe the idea is that we let it damage us. Okay, but here's the issue persists again, right? It's like baiting order. If they speeds out Power Gem, our entire line gets completely fucked. So we basically have to sit on this guy for enough time for this to click enough bulldozes to get us into range, right? Then like what's even the point of bringing Masquerain, right? So like let me think about the Donphan knockoff line again. This can come into any move. Right, this can come into any move. Let's say we were to scale Dawnfound knockoff, right? Let's say we were to scale Dawnfound knockoff. What that does for us is it allows us to always safely beat the Drampa with one Pokemon. And it also ensures that this thing comes out for a... Oh, no, 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 no. Nuh-uh. It'll be you for random move kill. So like, let's just say we switch Victory Bell in on this, right? We click... We can't do Victory Bell. Okay, what if we did you instead? Perfect. So we could go into you and click Magical Leaf, right? I would like to save this health on my Sceptile is the reason why I want to do this. Right, so this dies, that's fine. We should outspeed everything but you. And then you may or may not outdamage us, right? You probably outdamage us, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe if we always show kill with Freeze Dry here. So we need to be above... We need to be 104 or above, right? Basically. Yeah, 104 or above. 104 or above. Okay, let's just say we're theoretically pre-damaged to 104, right? And then Earth Power deals 21, so 104 minus 21 is how much? 4 minus 21 is 83 health. Oh god, Winstitute is such a pain. Okay, so mineral damage, this still baits out Curse half the time. Why? What if we went Citrus? Oh, what if we went Oranberry? No, that wouldn't work. This sucks. This legit sucks. I don't know, this sucks. Miracle Seed is not enough damage to actually show this thing a kill, right? Yeah, okay, so let's do Sceptile instead. Let's see what happens if Sceptile comes out instead. If we do Sceptile instead, this is, again, whatever, right? We click Magical Leaf against you. This is never Rain Dance, it's fine. And then what happens? Who are we baiting out? Random. We are baiting out random. We can make sure that we're always at about 60% health or so, so basically it should never... Okay, you could see a kill, realistically speaking. You could see a kill, realistically speaking. And you could... It's never you, because we show Leaf Storm kills, so it's either you or you that comes out next, right? That's... Maybe we can work with that. Maybe we can work with that. Maybe. So against you it's likely Iron Head. Could it explode? Sure, I'm sure it could explode. I'm sure it could go boom. What if we just went Aggron here, though? Doesn't Aggron kind of wall everything? It should never really even beat Bulldoze, so we can like go Aggron here, right? We could have a very safe Aggron here. Iron Barbs is very annoying though, admittedly speaking. Like Power Whip crit deals like half of our HP, right? And then when we go Mega, right, this is gonna click Bulldoze, which is whatever, and then body press plus we're doing 2 body presses, which takes like what, a quarter of our health. That seems like too much damage. Admittedly, that seems like too much damage. Man, this sucks. What are our other options? Our other options are like Turtonator. We could throw Pyro at it, but then Bulldoze Quick Claw crit just kind of fucks up our line. I don't know if we can really recover there. Could throw a Turtonator at it, potentially. Right, Turtonator beats out what? Turtonator beats out you for perhaps Curse, so maybe your Turtonator's not the right play. Oh my god, why is this so difficult? This Ferrothorn sucks. Right, yeah, Ferrothorn, like... What if we Rapid Spun? What if we came in, we click Rapid Spin once, hope it doesn't click Boom, and then click Flamethrower the turn after, hope it doesn't click Claw Broom. Right? Because then, if this thing comes out, it's fine, because we have Overheat. And this thing can't come out because it sees that we fast kill, so it's always you for Freeze Dry, so maybe this is something. Maybe. Maybe. So this is guaranteed baiting Freeze Dry, which is really nice. Having that sort of like consistent, answer. Could it ever be anything else? Like on Bulldoze crit? I guess it could be, right? Ever be Liquidation? I guess like there's a very small chance that it is, but if we hold a Citrus, it probably won't happen. So we'll be at around 50%, like very much worst case. Probably shouldn't happen. It should probably only be Freeze Dry, realistically speaking. Can we just send like fucking fake out close combat against this guy? You won't do it. You definitely won't do it. It'll have to be like, because we have to hold, oh, actually we can pre-poison, right? That's technically true. We can pre-poison and go like fake out. Or just like, yeah, maybe. How much do I really want to bring Ape here? Because if we fuck something up and we bring Ape, I'm scared that we're going to lose Ape, right? And Ape doesn't necessarily do that much better against you than, say, like, you, right? Like, with a black belt, this should kill... Does this kill through leftovers? Maybe. We can check. Leftovers, okay, so that's 218 plus 21. So that deals 239. So 227 divided by 16 is, so 229, wait, 227 divided by 16 is 14, so 241. We need to do at least 240. How much damage did we do again? 218 plus 21. Oh, that's not enough. Yeah, that's not enough. What? This is garbage. This is absolute garbage. This is some hot trash if I've ever seen it. This is some hot trash. I guess I could bait like Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Why? 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 Why are these fights so fucking brittle, dude? Oh, okay. That's what we like to see. We could pre-toxic Lucario. That's a play. Pre-toxic Lucario with black belt. That works. That works. That works. Okay, again, so we need to get speed control on this guy. Oh, right, but if we rapid swim, we're also taking a turn of Iron Barb's chip. Okay, that's really fun. That's really great. We can never get crit, so that's good. But in the worst case, what's happening is we're taking like an Iron Head. Is that true? Yeah, we're taking like an Iron Head. And 2 bulldozers. So that's like, that's a lot of damage. That is how much damage exactly? That's 25 plus 104. That's 129. 156 divided by 4 is 39. 39 healing. How much damage did we get? 104 plus 25. Minus 39. Or 49. 39, right? 39. So 90? We'll be at 90. Or 90 damage. Plus 1 turn of... Okay, so 90 damage plus 156 divided by 8 is 19 damage. So 109 damage. So 156 minus 109 would be 47 health. Okay, at 47 health, we are never baiting anything except for freeze dry. That's nice. And if this goes boom, we need to plan around it accordingly as well, right? Please don't go boom. It would be so nice if you didn't click boom, man. I would really appreciate it if you didn't click boom. It would be so hot and so sexy if you just didn't click boom. I'm gonna be really honest with you. Power Gem deals a lot of damage. So pre-damage seems like not on the table here. Pre-damage just doesn't seem like it's on the table at all, to be honest. This is very likely to click Iron Head. So like, oh man, this sucks. This sucks. What if we did something really funny? No, that's not gonna work. I was thinking about like, what if we just tried to stall this until this clicks boom, but I don't think we should do that. I don't think that's a good idea, right? You know, we could throw Masquerain at this on the first turn. Right, just so that if it does click boom, if it clicks boom and this dies, isn't that really bad? Because then body press can happen. And body press into Lucario is like game losing. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, also we can never really get we can never really get speed control, can we? Because Bulldoze lowers our speed. So this doesn't even work if I wanted it to. Yeah, so what would have to happen is we'd have to like click. Duh. So at what point does it want to explode? Is it 80%? Is it 70%? It's 70%, right? If it's at like 69%, 68%, 60%, 60%, 65%? Hold on. 66%. Okay, we can safely Dragon Pulse once then. The idea is like I want this guy to come out instead of this guy to come out. I do not want this guy to come out in a million years yet. But like, if this thing ever sets up a curse, we're fucked. Is like the bottom line, right? If this thing ever sets up a curse, we're so fucked. This fight sucks. Why does this fight fucking suck so fucking bad? Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I have no words. This fight sucks. Psychic or boom? Let's be switching to you on psychic. If it clicks boom, then what can we do? Right? If it clicks boom, what can we do? Is there any way we could get this in last? Oh! Is there like any, in any universe at all, is there any way we could get this in last? Maybe. Peut-être. Peut-être. Candy Eldegoss? No. Oh, what do we do? 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 Okay. Is there any freaking way in the world? Is there any way in the world? So it'd be 80 plus 21. That's 101. That's 101 health, right? How many rolls of power gem crit kill me? Like 2 rolls of power gem crit. 2 rolls of power gem crit kill me. And this obviously really wants a quick surf, right? Yeah. Surf puts us at like not enough health. Mm-hmm. What if we came in on you and click flip turn? Then this is random between Rain Dance and Rain Dance and the other guys doesn't really matter, right? It's mostly just you that cares about Rain Dance. I mean, you kind of care about Rain Dance, but it's not like that bad. So like, what if we did flip turn on this guy? Right, because this always beats out power gem, which is nice. It's either power. This will always hit power gem at least exactly one time. Yeah. Even in the rain. So if rain goes up, this is power jump exactly one time. We click magical leaf, right? That way we could actually do the free damage for freeze dry. Okay, that's something. So, you know, we could do this. Oh, we could click surf though. That's a good point. What if we go into like Hisui Voltorb or something? No, we're dead to like rolls of power jump. We're not dead to that many rolls. We're dead to enough that I don't really want to go into this. It's like high roll crit power jump. I guess that's fine. That's like pretty unlikely, especially since it's random move, right? This could be the... No, we can't do this because of bright powder, right? We can't do this because of bright powder. What if we clicked Encore? This Encore doesn't have an accuracy, right? Oh, it does have an accuracy. Yeah, it has an accuracy of 100, so this won't do it. This won't cut it. But if we were to switch, right, that's still like, what if we just were to just like switch normally, right? If we were to just switch normally, like imagine we have something that baits out only power gem. Like I'm just gonna look at all my Pokemon. Yeah, like you for example, right? You bait out exactly power gem. Or Rain Dance, and either way we switch into you. Or even on Rain, that's fine, that doesn't matter. We click magically for taking exactly one power gem. That seems really nice, because then if we pre-damage to 80 plus 58, that's 138. That's 138 health, right? Yeah, so this will always bait out you. So question 103 would be 35 health. Does this deal 35 health in the rain? It does. It's random move. Fuck. ass, this sucks. How much does Kinger take from each of Amistar's moves? It needs to be like 59. It's not enough to guarantee that this goes for Power Gem all the time. TLDR, this fight sucks. I've been calcing it for like, what, 2 hours now? Still can't figure it out. Ha ha ha. Still can't figure it out. Everything just seems to fall short. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we could get this out, but then the issue is we have like lines where this is fuck, dude. We're very much dead to like so many crits. Fuck. I don't think Kingdra is the answer here. I can't route this fight properly. Nothing I have that beats this guy safely. Nothing I have that beats this guy safely, then... I mean, you, kinda. But there are big problems with this, right? With the quick launch shit. What if we were to rip a candy? What would happen? Not much. Not much would realistically happen. Because, like, I want to be... being speed tied here is actually good. It's just that this thing clicking curse is really bad. And I don't know how to, like, prevent this thing from not clicking curse, you know? Do we have any better answers to this Omistar, perhaps? Nothing really, right? lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm actually gonna lose my mind. How does Ape's aura sphere fare? I mean, how does Lucaria's aura sphere fare? Probably bad, if I had to guess. I don't think it would do particularly great in this. Ooh. Okay, wait, hold on a second. If we can get this in on Power Gem somehow, right? How in Earth's name would we do that? Like Pyroar? No. Has Surf as well. Aurasphere does work, but how in God's name would we even begin getting this in on, like, what? How would we get this in? Because, like, theoretically speaking, you could chain 2, right? In the end, if we could just get you in on Power Gem. How the fuck are we getting you in on Power Gem? What the fuck could we possibly kill you with to get you in on Power Gem? You beat out Power Gem, but only, like, if we take no damage. Do we just throw Pinsir at this thing? Probably not. This could go bad in so many different ways. Not gonna lie, this could go bad in so many different ways. Okay. The more I look at it, the more I feel like Dawn Fadlita is not the answer. What do you bait out? You bait out Earth Power. Do you consistently bait out Earth Power though? Yeah, pretty consistently, I'd say. If we can come in on a Psychic, we take an Energy Ball, and then we pretty much always bait out Earth Power, right? Yep. But, what if it's Rain Dance? Oh lord. What if it's Rain Dance? I cannot begin to describe how annoying this fight is. I just cannot begin to describe how annoying this fucking fight is. Just front to back, this fight is like the worst thing ever. I cannot begin to describe how annoying this fight is. Like, I don't see how we could possibly get this in on Power Gem. Can we get this in U? Surely not, right? Yeah, that seems fake. Unless we somehow free damage ourselves to, like... Because it's the idea is we Sucker Punch twice, right? Or knock off and Sucker Punch. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's probably just Sucker Punch twice, because Sucker Punch never kills. So if we pre-damage to bait, if we pre-damage like Energy Ball plus this, the issue is that I feel like that would bait overlap, right? Oh, we could hold the Citrus Berry, right? Yeah, we can. That's 50 plus. Okay. So this seems promising, right? If energy ball crits. Okay, let's count this out, right? So we need to be at we probably, I don't know if we can hold a citrus. You might only be able to hold an ore in here. 166 plus 59 is how much damage? Is 225. Oh, wait, what? No, 140 plus 59. 199. We'd have to be at 199 health. Is that enough to tank a Psychic Energy Ball crit? I kind of doubt it, actually. Minus 88 takes us to 111. And this is 111. Okay. So, we could go Oranberry and pre-damage to that number. That always will bait out Earth Power, right? So if we did, okay, this is worth writing down. I think this is worth writing down. I'm gonna take that Oranberry, pre-damage to... Pre-damage to... How much was it again? 199. Because it's Energy Ball plus 50. Energy Ball can lower my speed def. That's all. Yeah, but that doesn't matter because this is all. Oh, it does matter. Oh my god! What the fuck? Actually, what the fuck, dude? That's so fucked up. That's really fucking fucked up. That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up. That's just so fucked up. I don't know what to tell you. Is that a risk we're willing to take? I don't know. Beats me. Maybe. We have to worry about Spadef drops as well. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Yeah, so the more I look at it, right, basically the more I look at it, the more we either need to use... Okay, so let's work backwards to forwards, right? We need to end the line on either Sceptile or Lucario coming in and sweeping. The last two guys, right? Sceptile's significantly easier in terms of like entry conditions. Because Sceptile can enter on anything, even Rain Dance, right? So how would we, we would need to bait out these first, we need to bait out Ferrothorn and Executor in some order, and we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that they can boom. There's nothing we can do about that. We're just gonna have to deal with that fact. And for that reason, that means we're probably gonna have to lead with Primarina and then try to make the rest of the line work around these three guys, and then bait out Amistar and then bring you out, right? Like that's just gotta be the line. There's no other way. I feel like I've looked at everything. Okay, so Primarina, this matchup is straightforward. Primarina always baits out Power Whip, right? Or Bulldoze if we have to switch into like Togedemaru here. Oh my goodness, we're getting shit on so hard by this guy. It's so unfunny. Why? Why? I wish I had a Rapidash so I could throw out this guy. Oh, this shit sucks. Je ne sais pas. It still feels like probably the best matchup. It might just be throw turret at this thing, I'm not gonna lie. Throw a turret at this thing and make sure turret gets low enough to bait out Executor, I think is the play. Yeah, I think all that, and I've come back to where I've started. Which is just throw turret at shit. We could maybe even throw a Masquerain in there. Right? The point is there's nothing we can do. We're gonna get exploded on. If we get exploded on, there's just nothing we can do, right? Yeah, if we get exploded on, it is what it is. It's fine. Like, what are you gonna do? I guess if it's Masquerain, then maybe we don't need to, there's no point in bringing Masquerain, basically. It doesn't really mitigate anything, again, because we need to not bait out Earth Power or Power Gem, basically speaking. This is the only way we can do it. I feel like the only way we can do it is to chain 2. Nothing that I use that kills Executor doesn't bait out Curse, so this has to be a last 2-mon kind of chain kind of fight. Yeah, TLDR, whatever. I'm so over it. We're sending shit. We're just gonna send shit, I think. We're just sending shit, and if stuff dies, stuff dies. What are you gonna do? There's a part of me that just likes sending Zoroark at this thing. There's really a part of me that just wants to send Zoroark at this thing, right? I really just want to send Zoroark at this thing. Like, truly, I just want to send Zoroark at this thing. Psychic is 91 damage, 156 divided by 2 is 88. I think there's no way to do this without, like, sending shit. We can go Orin on you, I guess. That seems fine. Right, maybe we pre-damage. This is very likely to be Power Whip, right? Maybe we just, like, if we just pre-damage... Chances are Quick Claw won't proc. Let's just play to our outs here. Chances are Quick Claw won't proc. Surely Quick Claw doesn't proc, right? Surely Quick Claw doesn't proc, and we can just get a Flamethrower in. Surely, right? We come in, right? I really like just throwing Zoroark at this thing, I'm not gonna lie. What does Zoroark beat out? This outdamages us, we outspeed it. This outdamages us, we outspeed it. Okay, the Zoroark just beats out you. Alright, I'm about to send some real shit. I'm about to send some real shitty line. I spent like 2 hours on this, I still can't find a good line on this fight. If Zoroark dies, we send in Skuntank as the backup. Yes? Capiche, capiche. If Zoroark dies, we send in Skuntank on the backup. If this is too low, if this gets too low, we send in Skuntank. What does Skuntank bait out? Skuntank should just bait out this guy, right? Yeah, Skuntank definitely just baits out this guy. Yep, we're just gonna send this shit. I'm done. We are sending some trash. I'm not gonna lie. This entire line feels so bad. This is probably like the least clean line I've had through maybe all of this run. Oh, thank you. Very late, thank you, but thank you, Mayflowers, for the raid. That's really funny. To be honest, this stream is not entertaining anyways. It would be entertaining to see me lose 3 guys on this fight though. This cannot be an entertaining stream to watch. It's just been like hours and hours of prepping against this guy and just realizing that I don't have anything that works very well. Okay, the final question we are asking is, do we want to pre-damage Turtonator? I think so. I think so, because I want to play to my outs, right? It's likely going to be Power Whip. And then from there, it's like, yeah, so let's just pre-damage. 108 plus 108 plus 15 is how much damage? 123. Surely it's riskier to stay in and take more hits. It's just better to just send it here, I think. 123 plus 15 plus 15 plus, yeah, 15 plus 15 plus 108, right? 108. 123. Yep. We are just gonna throw Zoroark at it, and if Zoroark dies, Zoroark dies. It's cool. And then we'll bring Dad Jokes in as backup in case. And Dad Jokes always will bait out Omastar before it beats out Walrein, right? And then Sceptile is just here to chain 2, basically. With Magical Leaf and Leaf Storm, we just need Sceptile to chain 2 in the back, is what I've come up with. Alright, Miracle Seed Sceptile. That we know for sure. We should go Personberry on you. And then Bugs, we should just go into... coat on bugs, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Please play nice. Please play nice. Please play nice. Please play nice. That's not the right item. Yep, that's not the right item. It's you. Okay. Pre-damage to 128, right? Or 122. What was it again? It was 15 plus 108. So that would be 123, yeah. 15 plus 108 is 123. Pre-damage to 123. Okay. Okay, edgy, we are just gonna give a black glasses to. And then citrus to you. So worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, we lose 2 guys, or maybe even 3 guys, but that should be it. Alright, good luck. Good luck to me. I'm very much gonna need it for this fight, but we will see. Okay, okay. This will be my last fight for the day. It would be huge if we could get out of this deathless. Moonblast. Please just kill, that would be amazing. No focus band, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is Ferrothorn now. Wonder? No, we can't go Encore because we're just dead to Ferrothorn. Okay, this is always Power Whip. This is Power Whip 100% of the time. We go into Run and Bun. We tank a Power Whip. We click Flamethrower. We're on 106 health. At 106 health, we are always baiting Psychic because it's a fast kill. Yes? Yes. Okay, we just click Flamethrower. We need to dodge Quick Claw Explosion. Let's go. Okay. We're not out of this yet. Our Turtonator's out of this, which is nice to know. Our Turtonator's very much out of this. You know who is not out of this? Zoroark is very much not out of this. Zoroark is extremely not out of this. Zoroark, let's see if you want it, buddy. Let's see how bad you want it. You've been so good for me this run. Let's see how bad you want it. If this clicks Explosion, we're dead. It doesn't click Explosion. Alright. If this Quick Claw explosions or Quick Claw crits, Zoroark is dead. This is Black Glasses, Zoroark. We have come on, buddy. I know you want it. Let's fucking go. Okay, amazing. Holy shit. Zoroark wants it. Omastar comes out, the rest of the line should be free. Okay, this is always Surf, or Power Gem, or Rain Dance. In any case, we have a safe switch into Sceptile. Sceptile comes in. Rain Dance is fine. Rain Dance is a-okay. This does outspeed us, but it's fine because Power Gem only does 56.7%, right? We need to click Magical Leaf because this is Bright Powder. Now this is Oblivious, Leftovers, Walrein. right? We are holding a miracle seed. And now, with the miracle seed, we can click Leaf Storm, and that should always kill. Thank fucking God. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. That's enough run and run for the day. Okay, that is it for me for the day. I am exhausted. I am going to head to bed, so. Okay, that's everything.